Continuing on, I wanted to bring up the topic of reservations. And reservations are what the individual land has reserved back to the Crown. We're looking here at my patent here, recorded the 12th of August 1818, and it is an imperial grant and that has been patented. And it goes on to say, together with all the woods and waters laying and being under the reservations, limitations, and conditions hereafter expressed, which said 200 acres as follows, and it goes into the mets and bounds of it. The reservations, now we'll get into that section. It says, to have and to hold the said parcel and tract of land hereby given and granted to him, the said Thomas Fitzgerald, his heirs and assigns forever, saving nevertheless to us, our heirs and successors, all mines of gold, silver, and stricken has been copper, tin, lead, iron, and coal that shall or may be hereafter found on any part of the said parcel or tract of land, hereby given and granted as foresaid. I want to just point out here, you notice there's nothing about oil or gas. Well, back then, oil and gas had not been discovered, so therefore it wasn't reserved and it passed to the patentee. And saving and reserving to us, our heirs and successors, all white pine trees that shall or may now or hereafter grow or be growing on any part of the said parcel or tract of land hereby given as granted as foresaid, providing always that no part of the parcel or tract of land hereby given and granted to the said Thomas Fitzgerald and his heirs be within any reservations heretofore made and marked for us, our heirs and successors, by our surveyor of woods. So it looks pretty clear here that basically that's all the Crown wants. They want the white pine trees and they want the gold and the silver. But the rest of the land, the timber, all of it belongs to the patentee. So now we're going to go over to a patent that was around it was patented by Edward the Fifth, or George the Fifth, pardon me. So we know it's somewhere between 1910 and January of 1936. That was when his reign was, and British Columbia joined the Federation in 1871. So we're just going to go through. This is for Albert James Hubbell, and his heirs and assigns forever, provided nevertheless, it shall be at all times lawful for us, our heirs and successors, for any person or persons acting on our behalf by our or their authority to resume any part of the said lands which it has been deemed necessary for making roads, canals, bridges, towpaths, and other works. Next reservation, provided also that it be lawful at times for us, our heirs and successors, or any person or persons acting under our authority to enter in and upon any part of land, of the said lands, pardon me, and to raise and get thereout any minerals, precious or base, including coal, petroleum, which may thereupon or thereunder situate and use and be enjoyed in every part of the said land. Next reservation, be lawful for any person duly authorized on our behalf by us, our heirs and successors, to take and occupy such water privileges, and to have and to enjoy such rights carrying water over, through, and under any parts of the hereditaments hereby granted and may be reasonably required for mining. Next reservation, and lawful at any person duly appointed by us, our heirs and successors, to take from upon any part of the hereditaments hereby granted without compensation, gravel, sand, stone, lime, stone, timber, or any other material that may be required in the construction, maintenance, or repair of any roads. Also, in the event of the lands hereby granted being divided into lots containing 1 acre or less, 1/4 of the blocks of lots and 1/4 of all lots where the lots are not divided into blocks, to be selected as provided in the Lands Act, shall be reconveyed to us, our heirs and successors. So it's spelling it out, okay? Pre-Confederation, if it didn't reserve it, the Crown didn't want it. Post-Confederation, the Great Flip, unless you were given it, you were not entitled to it. And in British Columbia, they're very, very explicit on what you actually have. So the right to land, they can't be in the Constitution because it varies so widely. It is decided by the grant from the Crown, which was then patented. That is what your entitlement is, and I can't tell you what it is until I read one of these pieces of paper for the parcel of land that you're referring to.